It is time to talk Utah Tech football now with the head coach, Paul Peterson. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
I know it's been a long, strange ride, right? You change leagues, you actually change levels. You go from Division II to the championship subdivision. Everything is changing. Do you feel like you're settling in now, that you've gotten past the major changes?
Yeah, it feels like it. Coming in this new conference that we have, we're playing some really good teams. The change is always good. We got a lot of momentum going down here. President and athletic department did a really good job preparing us for this jump. And this last year of probation will be good for our program to, like I said, to be able to play some of these teams.
Right. And the probation isn't because you did anything wrong. The probation is what you face when you jump a level, right?
Yeah. The last year, and then next year we're available for the playoffs. So we're just making that jump, making the preparation, playing some really good teams with a good schedule, and our guys are fired up, ready to go.
So when you start calling around, money games are such a thing in football. How do you decide who you want to play? And still you got to see if they're willing to play you. Who's too much of a team to play? What's your philosophy on scheduling the non-conference?
Well, those money games, I mean, at our level, we need them to be able to operate. And, playing BYU last year was a really good experience for our student athletes and a fun atmosphere and very enjoyable. We're playing Colorado State this year, so it makes sense. It's pretty close. They're another good team. So just being able to get that extra money for our program to make this jump and help us advance, being able to operate is important. But we'll play wherever.
There's good news and bad news on the talent front and the recruiting front. Obviously, moving from Division II, you've had to upgrade the talent. You got to get bigger, got to get stronger, got to get faster. That quest never ends. The bad news is you've gotten some better players that other people took. The good news is you're clearly getting better players because they're not coming after you in the transfer market if you're not upgrading your talent.
Yeah, we lost some guys to the portal. I think that's just the way the NCAA has us going right now. It's a little bit frustrating. You find some guys that maybe don't have any scholarship offers, give them an opportunity out of high school, and you develop them, get them strong and big, and they're out there performing on the football field. And just to get on the portal and jump on someone else's team. But I think we pat ourselves on the back a little bit at our level for that. We're doing the right job. We're getting the right guys, and if they're ending up at some other programs, I think that's okay. We'll do the same thing. We loaded our roster with a couple guys to fill the holes that we had, and so just the nature of the NCAA right now, we got to be able to deal with it. You can't complain about it. You got to find a way to be able to be successful.
So do you turn that into a positive in recruiting? Say, hey, we do develop guys, and people are looking, and you ought to come here and make yourself better and see what happens. Everything's a positive when you're recruiting.
Yeah, I'm never going to tell them to take off here. Right, just
that part leave out. They'll figure that out.
We gotta continue to develop and get some guys into the NFL. I think we've got some younger guys on our roster that have that potential, and just to know, like I said, we're getting the right type of guy here that wants to represent our community and represent our university and put a good product on the field. We're going to do that.
Where's the player or the position group that's a real strength for you as you get ready for this season at Utah Tech?
We've got a lot of guys up front on the offensive line that have played a lot of football. Ty Hyde, Biokanike, that have played shoot. This is their going in their fourth year starting at offensive line. They played in some really good football and some good games. And on the other side too, Cyrus Webster and Sam, our defensive ends. But I can't pronounce his last name, but are both done the same thing. Played a lot of football, and so when you got good bigs on both sides of the ball, that's kind of the anchor for your team. And so as they go, we go.
The number of Utah kids who get recruited keeps climbing. I can remember when it was a dozen, and then it was 2 dozen, 30, 40, 50 kids playing college football out of the state of Utah. How heavily are you recruiting Utah?
Oh man, that's our number one priority. We got to do our very best job of in-state, getting in front of every one of these kids and coaches, and just let them know, invite them to come down and see what we're doing and what we're trying to build, so they can send their kids to our program. Utah football is great. Like you said, it's getting it's been good for a really long time. I think the secret's out, and you see a lot of teams, these bigger teams, coming in and poaching some Utah guys. But we'll do our very best to get in front of these kids and keep them here.
How does your roster break down as far as Utah kids, and then where you sit geographically? Obviously, it makes sense for you to recruit Southern Nevada. It makes sense for you to probably recruit California and Arizona as well. So how does that break down for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think when I first took over the job, the previous head coach was from California, and I think we only had maybe 10 guys from the state of Utah on our roster, and I thought that was unacceptable being a Utah school. We're over 50% now, I think, but a lot of Las Vegas and Nevada, and we're in California quite a bit. In Southern California, have a pretty good pipeline, but we got guys from all over Hawaii and Texas and Washington. So we're starting to be a little bit more of national recruits, or I guess West Coast recruiting, and the type of offense that we run is pretty fun. We throw the ball around, so it's appealing to some quarterbacks and receivers. We're getting some attention that way as well.
Well, you can't help but throw the ball around, right?
Chuck it, man. I got to.
That is it. So how deep is the receiver group? How much do you like to throw the ball to guys out of the backfield, to tight ends, or go four wide?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of four receiver sets. We had an All-American in Joey Holbert last year, jumped on the transfer portal. I think he was the highest in the nation in touchdowns and yards, and so that was fun. Ricky Johnson is a guy that is coming back from last year. He's been a 4-year starter for us, but holds the record for most yards in the game with 270 something, I think, against the Thunderbirds, who we hate up north. But so he's the anchor for us. We brought in a couple young guys, freshmen, that we're excited about that should turn some heads. We got a transfer from Liberty and Javion Lundy, who should be good for us too. So we plugged in some holes, and we like going deep.
Obviously, you're going to have a rivalry with Southern Utah. They're right up the freeway. But what is it like for both of you to play? You got so many Texas teams in your league, and there's so much talent in Texas. What kind of a challenge is that?
Yeah, they do a really good job down there. They've been doing it for a long time. They got really good coaches, really good high school players down there as well. We just want to put the best product that we can on the field and go down there and compete with these teams. We're not scared of Texas football, and we've done a good job of recruiting with guys that can compete against those guys as well. So we got a couple of Texas guys on our roster, and we'll continue to go down there and get some guys that want to come here to Utah.
All right. Well, good luck with the Heat in St. George. Is it morning practices? Is it night practices? How do you beat the Heat in St. George in August?
Yeah, we love it, man. We get in the morning, 7 a.m. Practice, nice and cool for us, and it's beautiful down here. Everybody wants to come down here to vacation, right? So we get to play football in the best place in Utah. So love it.
All right. Well, good luck this season. Good luck with Colorado State and then the conference schedule as you get into that. And we appreciate you joining us here on Talking Sports. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Go Trailblazers.